What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I've hopped on here and shared a little devotional, and that is what I would like to do today. It's kind of like a mixture of a devotional and a short little discussion on a topic that seems to be kind of trendy right now, and that is cancel culture. I think this is such an interesting concept to me, especially as a Christian, because I feel like we have a role to play in this, and we have a voice to share what I believe is the biblical truth, kind of in contrast to what this movement has been. And I think that there's been some that I've started to turn away and realize that maybe this is not a good thing, but I just kind of wanted to speak into what I've just kind of felt this urge to share. So first, if you have never heard of cancel culture, it's a form of online shaming. So typically if someone does something that you disagree with, they then get kind of a lot of other people who are in the same boat of thinking as them, and they basically boycott the company, but they kind of take it to an extreme of maybe writing awful reviews, comments on their social media sites, trying to get others to hop on the bandwagon of completely boycotting them. But personally, what I notice about this is that it's usually not just an attack specifically on a company, but it's usually an attack on a human being. It seems like the ultimate goal is to completely ruin a person's reputation and get them to this point of just being shamed by hundreds and thousands of people to call them out on something wrong that they did that is different from other people's thinking. So that is what cancel culture is, if you didn't know. And here's the thing. As a Christian, I don't think that we have any partaking in something like this. I don't think that we have to support companies that we don't agree with. I personally am trying to get better at recognizing where I'm putting my money and, supporting places and companies that have similar ideals as I do. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But what the problem is here is when there is a personal attack on a human being. I may not give my money to support a company, but I will not attack or shame a human being, because that's not the heart of God. And so this is what, the Lord has been teaching me more about. And we're called to be Christ ambassadors. And so what does that look like? What kind of example has Jesus set before us? And so the two stories that I would like to encourage you to go and read yourself is a story of Zacchaeus, a tax collector. This is found in Luke 19. These are both short stories, so just go and read them yourself. I won't read them all. But we can see here that there was a man who was really wealthy, someone who people did not like at all, and people questioned Jesus' association with him. And the word tells us that Jesus did not come for the righteous, but he came for the sinner. And so you and I, what does that mean for us? That we actually open ourselves to relationship with the outcast. That we open ourselves, make ourselves available to people who think completely different than us. Even if we don't agree with everything that they stand for, we are still called to be compassionate to these people, because Christ did the same thing. He sat at a table with someone who others did not agree with at all. Like, they didn't agree with the situation of Jesus associating himself socially with people who others really hated. And so that's something to consider. And then also in John 8, we have the woman who is caught in adultery, where people are getting ready to throw stones at her. And Jesus comes in and says, hey, who here doesn't sin? Who here, if you haven't sinned, then go ahead and throw a stone. And so the story, go and read it for yourself. This is me definitely paraphrasing it, but they didn't end up throwing the stone. And so I think that's such a accurate representation of really what this is. It's people throwing stones, publicly humiliating and shaming someone because they did something that is wrong. They did something that is not okay. And as Christians, again, even when we see someone who is doing something that is not okay, it's possible that we still express love towards them, that we express forgiveness, and we show a display of grace. And if we are able to do that, they can maybe catch a glimpse of the light of Christ in us. And what a beautiful opportunity that is to be that in a world where shaming is becoming more normal, division is becoming more normal. We have an opportunity to come in with humility, acknowledge that we are imperfect people, that we are saved by Christ alone. It is not by our own doing, and welcome other people to live within that same grace and love that we have received ourselves. I think in the midst of all of the chaos that's going on right now, I truly believe that the Lord is working in people's hearts and in nations and doing some really incredible things. As always, if you have a prayer request, please leave it in the comment section below. Let me know specifically ways that I can be praying for you. I would love to be able to do that, and I will get back to you in the comment section. Love you guys so much, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye, y'all.
Your love is perfect.